Hi, everybody, and welcome. This is Chuck Boulais, and that's me in the picture in the lower left-hand corner of your screen right there. Today I'm doing a video review on a product called New Hangout Marketing Training Launch by Alex Mandossian. And before we go any further, I want you to know that I'm not trying to sell you New Hangout Marketing Training Launch, so you won't find an advertising link to the product down below in my YouTube video description. So guess what? You can put your wallet back in your pocket or purse right now. For those of you who've never seen one of my videos before, I was in the brick and mortar world of business for over 20 years, and when I left my old career, I did so to start my own business on the greatest landscape the world has ever known as far as entrepreneurship is concerned, the World Wide Web. I think the internet is the greatest place for anyone to start a business today, but when I did that, I banged my head against the wall for well over a year, just trying to figure out the basics of online marketing, how to make money on the internet, and where me and my personal talents and my skill set just might be a good fit. I spent an embarrassing amount of money, tens of thousands of dollars for my own savings and retirement accounts, and almost just as much again in lost or wasted time just trying to break into making money online. I ended up buying almost every kind of internet program, multi-level marketing plan, one-on-one coaching plan, and different online product launch that you can possibly imagine. And each and every one of them told me that I'd make thousands of dollars a month, and most of those products and programs almost always promised that I'd do so with very little effort on my part, maybe even with only one or two clicks of the computer mouse, or maybe even totally on autopilot. So what I'd like you to know is that I'm not an online guru. I'm not a member of anybody's inner circle. I'm just a normal everyday guy who's made mostly good decisions, but in all honesty, I've made plenty of bad ones too. But after some bumps and bruises, my online business has finally taken off, and I've been seeing some really great results. Now let me tell you that most of that success has come since I made a conscious decision to help people online as much as I can, and since I started doing these videos. And once I decided that even if I can keep just one person a day from making just one of the same mistakes I made, I think it'll all be worth it. Success will be mine, and that's because I truly believe that success comes to those who help others and who love what they do. You know, during all of that unbelievably long and painfully expensive personal research that I had to do, the most important thing I found out is that when you're looking into buying any type of product or program that's being offered for sale to you online, remember that it's a business decision. So you're going to want to utilize your business wisdom and your business acumen just like you would with any other opportunity, or else you're going to end up being just another victim and you're going to lose a lot of valuable time and money, and I don't think any of us can afford to waste one single bit of either one of those valuable resources. If you can always remember to utilize that business wisdom and that business acumen of yours, and always try to keep in mind that just about 90% of products and programs offered for sale today online are either really bad fits for people in their particular personal talents and skill sets, some of them underdeliver on their promises, others are just repackaged old products, and yeah, maybe still others are just out and out scams. If you can always remember that, you can save yourself a lot of time, money, and aggravation. I'm not saying that New Hangout Marketing Training Launch is a scam or a bad fit for anyone, not in the least. But I do want you to know a little bit about what you're getting into right up front so you can make an informed decision and you don't end up throwing money away at yet another product that leads you down a long dark road that just doesn't work out for you, and you find yourself at yet another dead end, all that much more broke and losing all of that precious time. So, what is New Hangout Marketing Training Launch? New Hangout Marketing Training Launch is a new training program that will allow you and teach you to conduct, record, and publish webinars to the general public, helping you sell your product or offer using Hangouts. Alex Mandossian is a brilliant marketer and a great instructor, but I've already done quite a few other review videos this year alone on these miracle point-and-click done-for-you webinar training courses and systems. So if you'd like, you can look them up on my YouTube channel here to see how these magical webinar systems work. But in all honesty, they're all pretty much the same, and I've never come across one that offered much more than the free alternatives out there like Google Hangouts or YouTube live streaming, all of which I teach for free to my team members, so I really don't think they're worth paying money for, and I've never felt the need to buy any of them. And this product is not going to be cheap. It could run as high as $1,000 after all of the upsells and extras Mr. Mandossian will try to sell you. So, I want to tell you about a couple of things you need to always look out for when evaluating the purchase of a product like New Hangout Marketing Training Launch. First off, you're going to have a proven, profitable business, product, or offer in place for this product to be of any use to you at all. You'll also have to have an established and sizable list of potential clients already in place in order to invite and get to attend your Hangout And you'll also have to have an existing attractive and polished website in order to conduct the webinar on. A site already set up with a market basket and a way to accept payments for your product or offer, and this immediately pretty much eliminates the newer internet entrepreneur, certainly without incurring considerable cost and time before new Hangout Marketing Training Launch is of any use to you. Second, always be on the lookout for upsells or OTOs. An upsell or OTO, which stands for one-time offer, is one of those additional upgrade offers that promises to boost the performance of a product like new Hangout Marketing Training Launch up to the level of performance it should be to begin with. Immediately after you've paid your money at what you think is the full price of the product, these developers figure that since you've already got your credit card out and warmed up, and they've got you to fill in all of your credit card and personal contact information, and you finally press that buy now button, and they immediately hit you with an additional offer that will cost you more money. And these additional offers are what are called upsells. And then whether or not you've bought that one-time additional offer, why not try again? So you're presented with another upsell offer after that, and then maybe even another one after that, until by the end of the whole thing, you're not sure all that you've just bought, and you really don't understand why you didn't get it all with your original purchase price anyway. What you do know is you've got this really bad feeling in the pit of your stomach. You've just spent hundreds of dollars that you don't have, and you've got a learning curve ahead of you with hours and hours of studying that just seems completely overwhelming. And the truth is, you really do have to buy these additional offers, these upsells, in order for products like New Hangout Marketing Training Launch to work, even nearly as well as you hope it will work in the highly competitive business of online marketing. Now, just keep in mind that these additional offers, these upsells are there because developers don't think you'll buy their product right up front if they tell you the full price of the product right away, no matter how good the product is or how confident they are in it. They know that you really need help in learning how to make money online. You need that help badly enough that you're actually willing to pay a lot of money for it, you're ready to buy, and they don't even tell you the actual full price of the product right away. They warm you up by advertising a very basic piece of the product first with a low initial offer price, which psychologically puts you right into that sweet spot of a buying mode, and then they come back at you over and over until by the end of the whole lengthy and annoying transaction, your head is kind of spinning and you've spent a ton of money you had no intention of spending just 10 minutes ago. Next, always, always, always test for downsells. A downsell is a little semi-secret technique that developers don't want you to know about, but that you should always test for whenever you evaluate any product being offered for sale to you online. If you click off that initial offer, the very first one you're presented with, go ahead and try to click off that initial offer page, and you may be immediately offered a lower price or a free trial or some other offer for new Hangout Launch marketing training. And here's another little secret for you. When they present you with those upsells later on after you click on the initial offer, and remember an upsell is where they come back at you later on with those bigger and better bells and whistles for their product, each and every one of those upsells that you're going to be presented with later on, if you click off those upsells, you initially refuse them, you just might be presented with a downsell for that additional product, that one-time offer, at a much lower cost too. And these lower costs are actually the real cost of products like Six Figure Shortcut. If you've ever seen one of my videos before, you've heard me talk about downselling before. This technique of reducing the product price if you start to walk away, I really don't like this. And it's something we all have to be prepared for on every single one of these new product launches. Something we always have to be looking out for so we don't waste money. I think it's misleading and it's unfair, and I really wish product developers would just tell you the price of the product right up front. I don't think new Hangout Marketing Training Launch has them, but I wanted to make sure to mention it here just to give you a heads up and let you know that you should always test for it. I lost a lot of money in the beginning of my online career to downselling, and so the practice really makes me feel bad for the person who doesn't know just how common a practice it is and doesn't take advantage of it and prepare themselves for it. Just think of all the money you can throw out the window because you aren't aware of just how often developers use the practice of downselling. And one other thing. Always be on the lookout for offers for any personal coaching made to you during the sales process, in an upsell, or even after you've bought or even decided to save your money and walk away. These additional offers may come in the form of spam email you may get a few days after watching the sales presentation, or more often they'll call you on the telephone when you're least expecting it and feeling frustrated and vulnerable, and they are very good at pressuring you into buying it, usually by maxing out your credit cards, because they convince you that you just have to have it in order to succeed. Just be aware that that's another way they may try to get your money. And it's been my experience that personal coaching of this type costs a fortune. Believe me, and they very rarely reveal any knowledge or insider tips that justify the cost they charge. So if you came here thinking that new Hangout Marketing Training Launch was going to be your answer to financial independence and finally unlock the secrets to making money online from home, I want you to know that there are other and far less expensive and time-efficient ways to learn how to make money from home on the internet, even in your part-time if you want, and for free. If you're new to internet marketing, or you've even been here for a while and you haven't made a whole lot of money or seen a whole lot of success, or even if you're an established internet marketing professional or online day trader who just wants to make some extra money in your part-time, I want to share something with you that's really been working gangbusters for me. In fact, no one is more surprised than I am at how well this has been working. After spending all those tens of thousands of dollars of my hard-earned money for all these so-called training packages, online product launches, tricks and insider secrets, I found a program called Instant Payday Network. Now, don't worry, I'm not going to ask you to give me any money, that's a promise. So please don't go away, and please put your money away, you don't need it, and here's the real big surprise. I don't want it. What I'm going to tell you about is 100% free. And right about now, you're probably saying, come on, Chuck, now you're just trying to sell me into your program, just like everybody else out there. And I'm going to tell you that no, I'm not selling you anything. I am trying to tell you about this phenomenal opportunity, but I'm not selling you anything because what I want to tell you about costs $0 and 0 cents. Instant Payday Network is free. Unlike the other programs out there, like New Hangout Marketing Training Launch, this program is free. It's not $27, it's not $97, it's not $997. In fact, it's not even a dollar, so I'm not here to sell you anything. Now, what happens with Instant Payday is very simple. You get paid $58 whenever anyone comes into Instant Payday and completes the free program. The system was created by a guy by the name of Jeff Buchanan, and you can see his pictures right there. He's an ordinary guy like you and me. I've met him, I know him, and he's a really good guy with a lot of integrity, and he's very, very smart. Jeff's system, the way he set it up, he actually has no buy-in fees or upfront costs whatsoever. There are zero website fees, zero maintenance fees, and there are no hidden fees later on. There are no upsells after you get in. There are no downsells after you get in. Once you're in, it's still free. You don't need to learn how to set up a website, how to blog, how to do SEO. You don't need to know how to do any of that stuff, folks. It's really that simple. Now, I do want to put your mind at rest about a few things. Instant Payday is not an MLM. You don't have to bug your friends and family like you would say with Amway or Avon or Nutrisystem or all those other companies that we're also inundated and pressured to sell for. There's no cold calling. You never have to pick up a telephone and call some unsuspecting stranger that you've never met off a list that maybe you had to buy, and you certainly don't ever have to go out and see anyone face to face. Ever. And there's no product or inventory to ship. So, what do you get with the Instant Payday Network, ladies and gentlemen? Well, you get a free, complete turnkey marketing system. And that marketing system includes your choice of not one, but 3 complete free capture pages. And each one of those capture pages has a tested 35 to 50% conversion rate with no website hosting fees either. You get a free, complete automated sales funnel. You get a free email autoresponder. And you get all of the free training and mentoring you need to start making money right now. And, oh yeah, did I mention that it's 100% free to get started? Now, I do want to go back and talk a minute about this capture page, the one with the tested 35 to 50% conversion rate. Remember, if you had to purchase this tested capture page somewhere else to promote your product or program, it's going to cost you at least $25 to $30 a month just in website hosting fees. And if you wanted to have one designed, built, and tested for you by a professional so that it was as effective as the one Jeff gives us for free, that'd be about $200 a year. The email autoresponder, if you had to purchase that on your own, that by itself would cost you as much as $50 a month if you went with a company like Aweber or Constant Contact or any one of the hundreds of companies out there that you'd have to spend all that time researching in order to evaluate which one was best for you, not to mention how long it would take you to learn to set it up and make it run as effectively and efficiently as this one. But Jeff's already done all that, and he provides it to you for free. He's written all of the product introductory emails, all of the follow-up marketing emails, and he's put them in that autoresponder so that they're all sent out automatically at the appropriate intervals. You don't even have to write an email with the Instant Payday system. Jeff does tons of video, audio, and written training here himself, and that training is excellent. It's second to none. He'll take you from the ground up and teach you the basics to the advanced techniques of online marketing and the best and fastest ways to capitalize with this system. And he's not going to charge you a dime for any of that either. In addition, you're going to get personal access to me. I'll help you with your training, and I'll coach you, and I'll mentor you, and I'll support you personally. And that's because I'm building a really great team, and I want to help my people out. Once you sign up and qualify for the Instant Payday Network system, I give you my phone number and my personal email address so you're not just left out there twisting in the wind and having to fend totally for yourself. And I can assure you that I'm not going to charge you anything. Why would I do this for no charge? Because it's what people in Instant Payday Network did for me, and I love what I do. I love Instant Payday Network, and I'm grateful for what it's done for me. This is a free system that you can do at home, ladies and gentlemen. You can even do this in your part-time if you'd like. I'm making over $5,000 a month with Instant Payday after only a few short months in the program, and I personally know people making $10,000 to $20,000 a month with the Instant Payday Network system. Now remember, the reason why Instant Payday stands alone from the other programs out there is because it costs nothing to join to get started. Zip, nada, zilch, and you get paid $58 for each person that signs up for free offers. The other great thing about Instant Payday Network is that you're paid your money from multi-million-dollar corporations. This is all part of their huge advertising budgets that they've allocated and already set money aside for just this kind of advertising. And that means you don't have to rely on the average internet product developer to put his hand into his pocket and give you money whenever he remembers or thinks about it. And this type of compensation system means that you get paid daily with the Instant Payday Network system. I get paid every day with Instant Payday. So the question I guess I have for you at this point is, should you spend all that money and risk your hard-earned savings and precious time trying to learn the ins and outs of the latest, greatest idea of the week, most of which can be found on the internet for free, with just a little help from a mentor like myself, or spend any of your money for any other online product when you could actually do Instant Payday for free? Sometimes making money is simple. I don't think we have to overanalyze this one too much. If you know of another program online that's free to get started, a program that has the potential to make you as much as $10,000 to $20,000 a month, I would encourage you to go for it and embrace it, my friend. On the other hand, if you can't find a program like that online, you just found one. You don't need to pull out your wallet and spend money on yet another expensive product with untested, untried, or unsure promises. You have an opportunity right here to get started finally making some real money online. You can start making money within 24 to 48 hours, and all you have to do is click the link right below this video. Right below my video, there's a link on the left-hand side in the video description. You won't be disappointed. So go ahead and click one of the links there right below the video. As a matter of fact, I put 2 or 3 links down there. Right below the like symbol, that thumbs up symbol YouTube gives you, you want to look for the link that says DignityRestore.com, because that's what I want you to do. I want you to restore your dignity and start making money online the way you deserve. Get into and work the Instant Payday program. You won't regret it, I promise. So go ahead and click the link down below. Give yourself a break. Click the link below, which will take you to a brief video done by Jeff Buchanan, and when that's done, I'll see you on the other side.